Hello, I'm Trent, aka Trademark here. The other day on live stream, I was reviewing your guys' anime fighter teams, trying to give you guys some advice on what you should be doing during this summer event. And the most common thing that I noticed, the most common mistake that I saw players make, is that a lot of you are spending way too much time and way too many resources on your damage team. You have like tons of limit broken divines and you're rolling for tons of secret passives. And then I would ask you for screenshots of your utility units and you wouldn't even have draconic teams. You wouldn't even have double draconics. You didn't have double light speeds. You didn't have double lucky threes. And that is a huge mistake event, especially during the summer event. Why? Double general is only here during the event, and double light speed is only here during the event. I mean, technically, you can get them like in the Requiem machine. Actually, I don't know if you can actually get general in Requiem. This might be the only place where you can get general is during this event. So once this event is over, you know, it's either impossible to get double general or double light speed. It's much harder. Okay, so I would highly recommend that while this event is running, you prioritize getting double light speed first and double general. And I'm going to show you guys how you actually do that. First step is you grind dungeons, summer dungeons, as many as you can. You get as many summer passive rerolls as you can and as many summer shards as you can. If you want tips on how to do that, go watch my last video on how to use your alts to have basically an infinite amount of dungeons to open. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to go find a mythic. Now, I used a mythic, which I have a lot of shards for, which is Sasuke. You can see I have like a lot of Shinobi shards, like 9,000. That way, if I want to try and roll like in the Requiem thing or something for light speed later, maybe I can do that. So I'm going to take Sasuke. And you notice how it's 2 summer shards per roll. So because this is a utility unit, or let me explain why we're using Sasuke first. If we were to use like a secret, okay, let me find, do I have any secrets in here? If we use a secret, you can see it's 10 shards if he's shiny. If he's non-shiny, it's like 5 shards. So it's a lot more shards to roll on a secret than it is to roll on a mythic. So we're going to use a mythic. Here we go. It's only 2 shards per roll. And rather than be like, oh, I want to go for double light speed on this, I want you guys to check all of the utility units that you need. So light speed, general, these 2 should always be checked unless you have a full team of double light speeds or a full team of double generals. And then if you need anything else, you can also check it. So if you need like summer lucky, you probably don't. You probably don't need anything else on this list, but make sure you check general and light speed. And then you're going to use the shards and you're just going to start rolling. So we're going to sit here and we're just going to hope that we hit, like, obviously we hope that we hit light speed. However, if we hit general, that's perfectly fine as well, because we need double generals as a utility team, and it's going to go away after the event. So if we hit general with our shards, that's great. Now, if we hit nothing, it's actually easier to farm rerolls than it is to farm summer shards. So that's okay. I have 2.7k summer rolls as well down there. So after these run out, basically I will be re-rolling my summer rerolls as long as I can to try and get light speed or general on this unit. So we're just going to keep re-rolling here. And once you have let's say we roll light speed on this, then what we would do is we'd go back and get 2 more sassy fathers. We'd make them all shiny, and then we'd limit break this one. So we have a limit broken sassy father with light speed on it. And then we come back here and we do the exact same thing. But this time, instead of using shards, we would probably use these summer reroll tokens down here, because when it's limit broken and shiny, it's going to cost more shards to actually roll. So then we would use the summer reroll tokens and hopefully go for a double light speed mythic unit. Now here's why you use mythic units. Not only is it good because it costs less shards to roll for initially, when you actually go to clone a unit, so once we have a mythic double light speed unit, I just barely put in my mythic, or excuse me, my double light speed Luffy, who's a divine, into the clone machine, and it's gonna take 538 hours. 538 hours, right? I mean, that's insane. 538 hours is 22.4 days. Okay. Now, obviously, it's not going to take that long because right now we're on this insane event where we have a crazy multiplier. So if I quit my time artifact, it would actually only take like half a day. But still, it's a long period of time, much, much longer than a mythic who has double light speed. I think chat was telling me earlier that's like 107 hours for a double light speed mythic. So that's like 4.4 days. But because we're in an event right now, like with my current, no, actually, sorry, that's 4.4 hours. My bad. So, oh no, it's 4.4 days. But then if we take the event, which is 10.65. Like for me right now, my time multiplier is 10.65. It would be 10 hours to clone that. But if I use my full time artifact, which can get me all the way up to 37.5 time with my double light speed team and my full time, I could clone a double light speed mythic every 2.8 hours. Guys, listen to what I just said because it's kind of crazy. If you have a high multiplier, like a 37 time multiplier, I could clone a double light speed every 2.8 hours. Double light speed mythic, excuse me. So here we go. We hit general on Sassy Father. Now I'm going to just basically lock that because I want to keep it in case I want to limit break and go for double general. I already have a lot of double generals, so I'm not going to do it. But if you guys didn't have many double generals, then you would do that. And now you can just roll on something else. So I grab a new Sassy Father. Same thing. Now that I have a general, maybe I don't want to roll for general, but I would just roll for light speed. But I would want to keep general on there as long as look, holy cow, we just went through two generals right there. But yeah, like as long as I don't have a full team of double generals, then I would want to keep re-rolling both of these. And you can see that obviously general is much more common. It's a 0.46 chance, 6% chance, which is like 1 in 200, versus light speed, which is 0.067, which is like a 1 in 1500 chance if you have the Game Pass, and a 1 in 3000 chance if you don't have the Game Pass. So it is very rare. It's hard to get light speeds. I know for you free-to-play players that don't have many rerolls, it's going to be very tough to get this light speed. But I promise you, in the long run, this is one of the most beneficial units that you can have on your team for the reasons I just talked to you guys about. Basically, when you get a high time multiplier, your units are going to be able to incubate faster. Your limit breaks are exponentially faster. Your clones are exponentially faster. Just everything is insanely faster and better on your progress. So I would highly recommend rolling for these as much as you possibly can. All right, so we're almost out of our summer shards. We're just going to roll the rest of these here and see what we get. But that's pretty much it for the video. So like I said, during this summer event, focus double light speed. Get a double light speed mythic if you can, and then duplicate it. Then a double general is your second highest priority. Get at least like 4 double generals on a mythic if you can. Clone it. And then finally, double draconics. A lot of people have been asking me, is it more important to go for double lucky 3 or double draconic? I used to say that was equally important, but the more that I've been running the math on double light speed is basically just better than double lucky 3. So rather than have a light, like a time team and a lucky, like an opening team, you're just going to end up having a double light speed team, which works as both your opening team and your like time chamber team. So that's kind of nice because it means that we don't really need a lucky 3 team. However, If you are new to the game and your like light speed is just way out of your reach, then it's okay to go for lucky 3 and maybe get a few double lucky 3s. I just wouldn't invest in like a full team of 11 or 12 lucky 3s. I did, and it's not a huge deal at the end of the day if you invest in a full team of double lucky 3s. I just think that it's better to either do a mixture of double light speed plus double lucky 3 or do just a full team of double light speed. But that can only happen if you spend the time, if you take the time to grind for the rerolls and spend the rerolls to actually get these light speed units, which are very rare. And then once you have them, go for the clones there. But hopefully this helps you guys out. You can use your extra raid shards to roll for these utility passives. Once you have them, you can convert them into double utility units. And eventually you guys should have full teams of double or limit broken utility units. And I wish you guys the best on your rolls for light speed. But that's it for me, Malo Alpito. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out of here.